Hey there, good evening. It's Matt, and this is sort of a really brief, promise myself this is going to be a brief video post in Substack to speak to. I can finally speak about it publicly. Uh, an interview for the Writers on Writing podcast. I had the opportunity a couple of weeks ago to speak with Dr. Leslie Gruis, who's a retired mathematician with the American Pentagon sort of associated agency, the National Security Agency, the NSA, which people may have heard about, people may have certain ideas about it. One thing I didn't know until the interview with Leslie was that that actually is an organization which falls within the Pentagon as opposed to some other, I don't know, external to Pentagon kind of agency. Anyway, it's a really informative conversation. Uh, a while ago, we are talking in the spring. I heard from Leslie's publisher about because she has a couple of books. She has had a 30-year career with the NSA, and since leaving the American Public Service, she has sort of, at the urging of some colleagues, gotten into writing. And she's written two books so far. And they both deal with privacy and the internet because, as an applied sort of mathematician and engineering person with 30 years, right? So you look back at her time, and that is when the internet was coming into full public use, such as we know it now. So, again, I was just really stoked to have somebody from Leslie's publisher reach out because of the Ed Non-Tech podcast, because obviously we deal with online education an awful lot, and we talk about our stuff on LinkedIn and Facebook and in various other ways. So it was really cool. It was really cool to hear from Leslie's publisher, and it was really cool setting up an interview and then having the interview, having the conversation. I really enjoyed it. It's 50 minutes long, give or take. I really can't recommend it enough from just an informative standpoint. And again, I would just strongly recommend that anybody who's interested in online culture these days, which should be everybody in my opinion, but I am biased, obviously, in my own ways. But I will say that both of her books are available on Amazon and through publisher's website. But further to that, the best way, of course, to access the interview in full is through the Writers on Writing website, 506consulting.ca/WOW. That will get you to the Writers on Writing website with the associated video and audio. We are a bit in between how we're getting things to streaming services at the moment. I've talked elsewhere on this Substack, if you will, about how I've had to reset how I consider streaming for interviews and podcast stuff due to my strong opposition to the investments made by Spotify CEO related to weaponized artificial intelligence, right? So now, at the moment, I have not yet done the full diligence needed to determine how to get the associated podcast content out to people other than through a YouTube video and a blog post and the social media that goes with that, and as well, obviously, the audio that's on the blog post as well. So it's going to be something where before the start of the fall season of the Ed Non-Tech podcast, we're doing like just a complete tech review of what we even do with that show, adjacent to sort of turning it into a book. The Ed Non-Tech book. I like talking about the Ed Non-Tech book. I'm going to be glad when it's actually a thing. But anyway, so it was just in terms of how to handle streaming, right? You got to be consistent, and it requires a bit of diligence. I'm pretty set on my job hunting activities at the moment, so I have to kind of parcel out my time for the creative endeavor. And again, sort of a full, sort of system wide review of how to even get this thing out to people in ways besides just a YouTube video and a hyperlink to a blog, uh, perpetuated through social media. That is part of my cultural endeavor, which I kind of hack away at because it's a non monetized thing, right? Anyway, this is all sort of adjacent and peripheral to the excellent, outstanding conversation with Dr. Leslie Gruis of Washington, D.C., USA, as of late. I definitely recommend you check out the conversation. The hyperlink for that is below, as well as embedded media. So you can check that out in various ways. Appreciate you checking this out, and I hope you enjoyed your week so far, and I hope you have an awesome later week and even a weekend coming at you. Take care. Bye for now.